Where's Rudy?
His plane came in an hour ago. He said he was riding in from the airport, but he should have been here, 15, 20 minutes ago. He's always
What
late.
is it with Rudy? Where is he?
Rudy Vaness.
Tom Floor from Trident Trikes.
And I'm Gary Solomon. This is the Laidback Bike Report from the Philadelphia Expo Center, the 2017 Recumbent Cycle-Con. Guys, what do you say we check it out? Here we go. Oh yeah. Woo! Hey, we're here with Ian Sims of Greenspeed. Ian, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, so Ian has a few interesting trikes here at Greenspeed at the Cycle-Con, and we're going to talk about what he's brought. First, probably one of the most talked about trikes from last year is the Aero. Can you tell us a little bit about how the Aero's doing this year?
The Aero's been doing very well. I think a lot of people are recognising that it's been built for speed, and I believe it's now the fastest production trike we have on the market.
Okay, yeah, I see things posted all over Facebook about guys who are racing them and putting together almost Aero clubs, I think. So I know it's getting very popular. Any changes to the Aero from last year, or any upgrades?
No, we've kept the same format, except that now we're delivering them both with the seat already strung and with the carbon fibre covers on them. So from that point of view, we've advanced a little.
Yeah, the carbon fiber covers are a little slow in coming, but they look great, I think, on this trike.
And we also have the headrests now available, so the headrests are adjustable forwards and backwards and up and down.
Okay.
This is a new prototype, new at this show. This is what we're calling the X7. This will probably be in production sometime next year. What this does, it fills a gap between our Extreme Aero and the GT20. So it's lower than the GT20. It has the 16-inch wheels, which have less inertia than the 20s. So this will be a faster machine than the 20s, although not quite as fast as the Aero. The other advantage is, like the GT20, it will fold, so you can take your sports trike with you.
Greenspeed is very generously a patron of the Laidback Bike Report here at Cycle-Con, so we thank you for that, Ian.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about the trike that we have right here. Looks a little different than most of the trikes that you've manufactured. What do we got here?
Yes, we've got the GT26 here. We showed it as a prototype last year. Now we have these in production available for immediate purchase. With this one, we've reverted back to the year dot, if you like, where we had the large back wheel, and we've got a 26-inch wheel in this, and we've even left enough space, so if that isn't big enough for you, well, you can use a 700C wheel as well, or you can even upgrade the front ones to slightly larger and thinner ones if you wish, or you can even put larger tyres on them. We've made this so it's a fairly versatile trike.
Another trike that we have here is the Magnum. Tell us about this.
Well, this one is a prototype, and we're looking to see how much interest we have for people that want more gears and more gears. With this one, we've got a pinion gearbox at the front, so 9 speeds at the front, and we're having a roll-off hub in the back and a 29-inch wheel at the back. So with this machine, you have enough gears to go from 5 inches in bottom gear to 145 in top gear. So people can come and play with this, see if they like it.
And I'm sure they will. Okay, thanks a lot, Ian.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Dave Buchanan.
Correct.
At Sunseeker, and we have a few trikes that are here to show, and one in particular we're looking at right now. What do we have here
This
today?
is the Sunseeker Easy Tri Classic Recumbent Trike. It's our best-selling trike. They retail for right under $1,100. Very popular because of the, for riders on a budget. It's very popular for that option. Also comes in a red color, so you're not limited to just this blue here, but you're looking at a 21-speed steel frame, entry-level, fun, get out and ride recumbent. This is our Easy Fat Tad, which retails for $18.99 and is modeled by our lovely friend Ben here.
Oh, I didn't even notice you. Hi, Ben. Hi.
Great rugged off-road kind of go anywhere recumbent trike. Again, these are available pretty much nationwide through most bike shops.
And suspension on this?
Yes, rear coil suspension using a 20 by 4.0 tire, so it really can handle some dirt and some light trails.
Okay, so entry-level dirt triking kind of customers who you're looking for here. Okay. Very nice. Thank you very much, Dave.
problem.
And thank you, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, it's on. I think we're on set. All right, we are here with our friend Maria Parker from Cruzbike. Maria, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So nice to see you. Cruzbike has three very interesting products that they want to talk to us about. I also want to make sure to let you all know that the Cruzbike people are patron sponsors of the Laidback Bike Report.
We love Laidback.
So we really appreciate all the support you guys give us. Would not want to miss telling you that.
Okay, we're really excited about this bike. We launched it on a Kickstarter this year, and at Cruzbike our goal is to change the world by getting more people on bicycles. And we think that despite the fact that our other bikes are amazing and fabulous and they fit their niches, we believe this is the bike that's really going to get more people on bikes and change the world. It's very affordable. We sold through, or we met our goals for Kickstarter in the first 48 hours, sold a bunch of bikes, and now we're waiting for the next batch to come in. The thing about this bike is it's beautiful and it's very affordable. This particular model has the cool fenders on it.
What is this model called?
This is the T50.
Okay.
And it's made for around town or actually for touring. It's got it can hold a rack and panniers, and it's a very simple frame, so we're able to make it very affordably in larger quantities, and so we expect this to be our long-term bestseller, and you can buy it as a frame or as a completely built bike.
And as a completely built bike, what kind of money are we talking about?
$13.99, and that's to your house, shipped in a large box to your home.
Okay, no extra charge for the large box.
No extra charge.
Very nice.
Yes, this is our S40. It's also a new bike. And this is just a bike in sort of the perfect middle position. It's a descendant of the Silvio. Our original Silvio had this seat back angle, and then we wanted to work with a hydroform frame, so we moved it back. Anyway, we come back to a much more upright seat angle so that you can use a headrest with it, but you don't have to use a headrest with it. People really like this bike because most people, it's a road bike, or it can go, Jim has done gravel grinder races on it, so it can go on packed dirt kind of things, but people like it because it's not so laid back as the Vendetta. It's it just feels like a road bike. It still goes fast. It has the sleek lines of the hydroform tube, but this bike also can have a rack here, and we have a rack that fits under there, so you can go on a cross-country trip, you can go across town on this. It's just I think it's that sweet spot, and It's got our patented handlebar to bottom bracket connection, so you don't lose any power at all when you're pedaling. It climbs like a racehorse. I mean, it's just amazing. So that we love this bike, and this has been a progression for us, and it's sold really, really well.
All right, and now we're with Jim Parker of Cruzbike, and hello, Jim.
Hey, Gary, how are you doing?
Good. It's good to see you again. We're going to talk about this sleek, fast-looking bike that you guys have. What do we have here?
This is the 2018 model V20, or Vendetta. This is our fastest model we have. And we call it the world's fastest road bike, meaning on the road, in a practical road course with ups and downs and bumpy roads, wind, crosswinds. nothing's faster than this.
You put that out there. I mean, you say it's the fastest road bike in the world, and you put that out there. So now you've had some serious experience on this bike yourself. Tell me just real briefly, what have you done and accomplished in the world of racing with this?
Personally, just this year, 2017, started out with a very competitive bike Sebring 100-mile race, which I came in first overall, and it came down to just a drop-dead sprint at the end. And this bike is just dynamite at sprinting and climbing. So if it's a race you can win with just a gut-out effort, this is the bike to do it. That was followed by Race Across America with a 4-person team. We were the fastest over 50 mixed 4-person relay to ever do RAM, set the highest average speed, and it was on a tough course, brutal conditions, one of the highest DNF rates of any RAM ever, and we still were able to set the record. That was followed by the Mid-Atlantic, which is in North Carolina. Did a 100-mile race there. Again, was able to get the overall win on that, on this bike. I expected Larry Oslin to come in and win that one. I wrote up a blog about it because I really went out there to support Larry. And then Larry had some muscle cramps, so I had to take it into my own hands to win that race, but I was able to hold off some really good riders on this bike, and I really credit it. I hit them on a hill with a few miles to go and just blasted up the hill, and made the breakaway. So great bike for a breakaway. And then we just capped this off just a few weeks ago with the Texas Time Trials, where we had 5 riders down there. We set 4 recumbent records, and just kind of blew away a lot of recumbent records down there. So
tell me about the bike itself. Can we go over the bike a little bit and tell us what makes this bike such a good climber and so fast?
Okay. Well, I mean, you start out with it's reasonably lightweight. If you do a really lightweight build with lightweight wheels, you're talking in the low 20s, 23 pounds or so. It's aerodynamic. There's very clean lines. I mean, the chain is short chain. You don't have a chain. You don't have idlers. So mechanically very efficient. This front triangle here is very stiff. It's patented. Nobody else can do it. The 2018 model, we have improved the connection between the boom and the chainstay. Here's the chainstay and the boom. Where they connect now is more rigid. There's 2 bolts on each side instead of 1. And we used to clamp onto the outboard bearings. And that was really clever design by John Tolhurst. But it was becoming a problem in terms of people over-clamping and some friction on the axle in there. So we were able to keep the boom just the same diameter, so we didn't make the boom any thinner or smaller, so we maintained the stiffness in the boom while getting the clamps on the bottom bracket shell itself and not the outboard bearings. So that's a big mechanical improvement. And sort of as an unexpected benefit of that, this front end, so we've really fallen in love with the SRAM Red E-Tap system, but it's very expensive. Like anybody else, we like to save money. So on this, like on an S40 that I have at home, the one I've been doing the gravel grinders on, I bought 1 set of the SRAM Red E-Tap, and I can just move it by taking those bolts off there. With Allen wrenches only, in 5 minutes, I can pull this part of the boom and the chainstay and all the red E-Tap with it and just move it from bike to bike, because they're interchangeable. The S40 and the V20, the front ends are interchangeable.
So a super expensive component, but now you're amortizing the price over your bikes. That's a tremendous idea. Okay, it's a beautiful looking bike as well, and the market, clearly the market you're going after here is a little different than most of the other recumbent bikes. You're going after the upright racers, aren't you, on this?
We are. I mean, we've tried to prove how fast this bike is and what a good climber it is, and I think people are accepting that finally. It's very reluctant. Recumbent riders.
Have you had a little pushback?
A little pushback.
Okay. I hadn't seen any, but
years at it. But finally, I think we're getting some converts. At least people are kind of accepting that it is a very fast bike.
Well, the 12 years, clearly this is like a bike showing 12 years of refinement. I mean, this is what you've been talking about.
Exactly, yeah. And so, our bikes on display, all 3 of these models are newly released. So that's, for a company that's been in business this long, to have 3 new models on display, it takes a lot of work to do this. But we love it. It's passion for us. But as far as the marketing, yes, we are trying to reach out straight to the standard bike, the diamond frame market, because that's the big market. And some of our best racers on the Cruzbike, actually, they spend most of the time riding diamond frames. And that's fine. Some people, there's that social networking with the Peloton and that whole thing. And while this bike will fit in, a lot of times you're a little too fast on this bike. So people who want to train on their diamond frame and spend maybe one weekend on the diamond frame and then another go race this bike, there's a good way they can interchange.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, thanks for telling us a little bit about this fantastic bike, and hope you have a good show here at Cycle-Con. Okay. All right, we are here with Curtis Washington, and Curtis is at Benthead Cycling. And how you doing today?
Doing wonderful. Very happy to be here. 5th year in a row.
Fifth year in a row at Cycle-Con. Good. All right, so you have a few products you want to show our audience. What do we have today to show?
Sure. So I'd like to start with our brand new cruiser jerseys, which are a relaxed cut jersey.
All right, let's take a look at it.
They offer some really cool features. First of all, they are a looser cut, so there's not restrictive arm openings, and also the waist is also nice and relaxed. And they also feature ventilated side panels, and the material is very, very soft. So they're very nice and comfortable, and they also are a very nice relaxed fit with 2 front pockets in our drop stop design as well. So that'd be one.
All right. What else we got? Something in black here. Here we go. All right.
And these are our Elite Cycling Tights, and for those familiar with our Elite Cycling shorts, they have the same dual panel insulation, so they're very comfortable just like our shorts, and they offer they're long tights, of course, and they also have large reflective logos on the sides and a reflective piping also at the zipper level too. So very good in low visibility situations, and also very comfortable based on our Elite Cycling shorts.
All right. And what else?
We also have,
in blue,
we have our Wind Ace cycling jackets, and these are really nice windbreakers. They have water resistant pockets on the front, along with reflective logo and reflective zippers, and also a reflective logo on the back. And on the back they feature a meshed back, so this is specifically for recumbent, so when you're on your bike and you're laying on your seat, you're not going to end up with a pool of sweat down the back down your back. So that's also a brand new item that we offer as well. So this is our Wind Ace cycling jacket.
All right, the Wind Ace. And
the last thing we wanted to feature was our excursion cycling pants, and these are exactly like our excursion cycling shorts. However, they're full length, and they actually roll up and they convert into cycling shorts as well. So these are great for starting in cool weather, and as the day gets warmer, you can convert them into shorts. They also have zippered ventilation in the back of the thigh, so you can open these up and add some extra ventilation when you're riding. And of course on a recumbent, as your legs are getting up, this actually provides for a nice additional amount of airflow. So I think those are probably the 4 we wanted to feature here.
That sounds great. Those look like great products. So thank you very much, Curtis.
Thank you.
We are here with Larry Hobbs of Jersey Bents. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about what it is that Jersey Bents does. So tell us about the products that you sell at Jersey Bents.
We carry 10 or 11 brands. From AZUB, Bacchetta, Catrike, Ice, Rands, Trident, Greenspeed, Day 6, and TerraTrike and HP Velotechnik.
There we go. I think we got them covered. So now, what is it that at Jersey Bents that you do that's special?
Lawrence makes an effort to have each size of the brands we carry, because there aren't many recumbent shops available. So we want to make sure that we have what people want to ride, and when they make that 2-hour, 3-hour drive, we've got something for them to try.
That's a real problem for a lot of people, is not being able to test ride recumbents, especially a variety. So that's a great thing to offer. Can you tell us where you're located?
We're in Hamilton Square, New Jersey, just outside of Trenton.
Okay, just outside.
Easily located. We're between the Jersey Turnpike and Interstate I-95.
That sounds great. Well, we'll have your links put in the video so everyone will be able to find you. Perfect. And thanks for being a patron for the Laidback Bike Report video here.
Our pleasure.
We appreciate that. Thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay, we're here with Tice at the Catrike booth here at Cycle-Con, and we're going to be talking about a couple of trikes, fairly new and brand new. This would be the brand new one we're talking about. What do we have here, Tice?
So this is our new 700. It's an improvement from the current model. We made a few changes to it. One of the biggest changes is in the rear end of the bike trike. We're going to have a 142 by 12 millimeter through axle. That's going to be a big difference. We're going to put a zip wheel on it stock. It's a lot stiffer than our current model, so it's going to make that trike a lot faster and quicker around corners. Also, the rear brake, it's going to have a parking brake. A lot of people have been asking for that. It's going to make that easier to stand still. So that's going to be good. A couple other changes here we made is the seat. We added about an inch to the flat straight section here. Is bringing the seat up in more of a curve. And also the seat pad itself, the mesh is going to be more ergonomic, has better padding. It comes up a little bit higher here to cover this bar here and your clamps for your neck rest. So those are the main changes that are going to be done. Component-wise is going to be a little different. The zip wheel is going to be there. The wheels, these are not the wheel stock. It's going to be a 28-spoke wheel instead of 32. And then we're going to have the crankset. We're going to put a carbon crankset on it as well. So it's going to be lighter, it's going to be stiffer, it's going to be faster. So it's going to be our racing machine.
The racing machine, as the 700 has been for a while.
Yes, sir.
All right, now give me an idea when you expect this trike to go into production and be available.
We're hoping to start production end of this month, so end of October. Hopefully we'll be selling it through December.
And do you have a recommended retail price kind of idea on this yet?
We haven't quite figured it out 100%, but I would say it's going to be under $3,900.
Here's the second trike. This is a Dumont that you guys introduced last year for the first time. We saw it. And tell us a little bit about how the Dumont is doing.
So the Dumont's doing really well. It's our most popular model right now. So we're selling quite a bit of these, which is cool. It has pretty much everything that we've ever made on a trike. It has it on there.
Yeah, so tell us, go ahead and tell us about what this trike has that everybody's so interested in.
Okay, well, some of the biggest features are going to be the suspension, front and rear suspension. The front suspension is a no-dive suspension system, which means you grab the brakes. It's not going to interfere your suspension or vice versa. It's a bushing system. It's linked, and it's, per headset, there's one suspension spindle. And then the rear suspension, which is nice too, takes that edge off the road. So riding on gravel, riding on paths that aren't paved perfectly, is going to make it more comfortable.
That's a rock shock back here.
That is a rock shocks in the back, exactly. It also folds in half, so there's a mechanism right here in the middle of the frame. The trike can fold in half, which makes it easier for storage and transportation. One of the features that this trike has, also as well as other trikes do, is the adjustable backrest. You can set it in a couple different positions, more upright or more laid back. So it's a trike that works for a lot of different people, a lot of different purposes, a lot of different riding styles. That's why it's probably our most popular model.
And as far as folding goes, one of the other very unique features that this has, kind of unique to Catrike, are these little wheels, right? That when you fold them up, you can kind of cart it around.
The roller wheels, when it's folded up, the roller wheels will hit the ground and you can literally grab it by the crankset, by the boom, so to speak, and then pull it with you. So it's very easy to maneuver around.
Okay, the Catrike Dumont. We're here with Jim Verheul representing Bent Up Cycles. Right? In Hollywood, California, am I right?
Correct, North Hollywood.
So Dana couldn't be here, unfortunately, but Jim, tell us a little bit about what goes on at Bent Up Cycles.
There's a lot going on at Bent Up Cycles. A lot of trikes being sold, and custom carbon fiber high racers that Dana's been building for, I think, I can't even count them anymore, close to a decade now, I think, and very successful, still the lightest, fastest custom high racer you can get. So, yeah.
And have you raced those?
I had the pleasure of owning two different ones. The first one I raced on Ram in 2010 with Dana, and then the second one, when I was working with Dana for a couple of years, I had the chance to design my own, the geometry just the way I want it, and eventually I hope to get on a bike that handles just like that again, because it was perfect.
Sounds good. Bent Up Cycles, they are a patron sponsor of our show, of this video. So we thank you and Dana for helping us out, and thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
We are here with Peter Stoll, the Bicycle Man at Cycle-Con. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Peter, so you got into trikes last year, right?
Yes.
And this is the first trike venture that you have. What do we have here?
Well, this is an Avenue Trikes First Ave. Right, cute. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So it's the first trike that we've made, we designed, and this one's imported from Taiwan. Not $1,500. It's $1,495.
Right.
And it has a chrome alley frame, and it has 24 speeds, so it's a good hill climber. And the steering geometry is set up so that it's quite stable at speed. You want to take it out for a ride and get up to 25 miles an hour or something, see what it feels like. It's designed for a rider that wants to get his first trike. The seat's pretty high. It's easy to get in and out of. The seat adjusts back and forth about 8 inches, and the pedal boom adjusts also. So it's very, very adjustable, and it's with the seat adjustable, it's fairly easy to, like, husband and wife share it some. You know, they might end up fighting over, but then we'll sell them another one. That'll be fine.
But flexible enough for other people in the family.
Yeah,
Okay.
other people in the family. Yeah.
All right. What can you offer this person, or what will you be able to offer this person for the next avenue?
Maybe something a little lighter, maybe with a plush suspension. Maybe like a Park Avenue.
Park Avenue.
Park Avenue, yes. It's on the drawing board. It'll be aluminum. It'll be made outside of Rochester, New York. It'll have suspension. It'll be foldable. It'll weigh about 10 pounds less. And we hope to have them in the spring.
Okay, Peter, so now we have a bicycle here from the Bicycle Man. This is the Linear. What do we have here?
This is a linear limo. And the neat thing about, a long wheelbase bike is difficult to transport.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one is really neat because it fits in a Corvette.
How can you do that? And Julian, can you drive bring the Corvette in, please?
See?
Here it comes. Here comes the Corvette. How does this frame fit in with your products? So you've got a couple of different linears, don't you?
Yes, we have 4 models that fold. And one of the nice things about a bike that fits in a Corvette, it gives you a good reason that you need a Corvette now to carry your bike.
Will you be carrying those?
Corvettes?
Yeah.
No. Well, this is a linear limo. It's our long wheelbase, like the one I folded a second ago. It's a limo, it's a limousine, it's luxurious, plush, long wheelbase touring sort of bike. But the seat is high enough. Some people wanted one that was a little smaller, that would be easier to reach the ground.
Okay.
So we called it the Minier.
Yes.
And it's basically the same bike, but it's shorter, and the seat is 4 inches closer to the ground. We did that by changing the rear frame and putting on a 16-inch wheel and fork.
The Linear Minier.
The Linear Minier. This is the Linear Roadster. That's our short wheelbase, sportier bike, a little faster. But also, we still had the same problem with the seat height. So this is the Roadster Minier, Linear Minier Roadster, something like that. Yeah.
I think initials are going to start having to come into play here.
VR, no. And so this one, the seat is 4 inches lower, and it has a 16-inch front wheel. Also, you'll see these two bikes, they have 2 different seats. We offer 3 seats. This is the Rand seat, which is an option. This is the Bacchetta Euromesh seat, which takes about a pound off the weight of the bike. And the other seat over here is the Bacchetta Recurve. So those are the 3 seats we have available. And we can fit people from about 4'10" to about 6'6" or 6'10", around in that range.
That's a good range.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got you covered.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
Thanks.
We're here with Dave Hendrick from Connecticut Yankee Peddler. And where are you from, Dave?
Well, I know a lot of people think we're from Connecticut, but we're not. We're from Iowa, the heartland of the U.S. Lots and lots of trike and bike trails out there.
Where in Iowa are you?
South of Des Moines, about an hour.
Okay, so you have a trike shop there. Tell us what it is that you sell there.
Gary, we've got 10 brands of trikes that are there. And a lot of the folks that you see here, TerraTrike, Catrike, and on, we sell pretty much all of those.
So you're here to talk to these folks and see what the latest is? Why are you here at Cycle-Con as a dealer?
Yeah, as a dealer, we want to see what's out there, what's new. 2018, 2017 has been really, really good, and we're really pumped. So I brought the whole clan out here.
Well, who are these people?
Well, I got my wife, Connie, here.
Connie.
Hi.
And my oldest is Josh.
How you doing?
Josh.
And number 4 child there is Jordan, and both Josh and Jordan are highly trained technicians for the shop.
Jordan, hi.
How to do.
All right, and we have one missing.
I know, and I guess you could say we're ruthless right now because her name is Ruth.
And she's missing.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of have my peppery gray hair,
Yeah.
And
It
so,
wasn't that peppery when I saw you this morning, actually. Have you had a rough day?
Well, I was thinking about this interview.
That gets me nervous too. So, thank you so much, Dave, and thank you for supporting the Laidback Bike Report here as a patron.
Great, thanks for being here, Gary.
We are here with Christy Jensen at Copenhagen Wheel, and Christy, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
It's great to see you. So we have kind of a unique e-assist motor that we're going to talk about here. Tell me about the Copenhagen Wheel. Where did it come from?
Yeah, so the Copenhagen Wheel was developed at MIT's Sensible Cities Lab for the city of Copenhagen for the Global Climate Change Summit. So when it proved to be a really popular project, Super Pedestrian then spun out of MIT to bring the Copenhagen Wheel to market.
Super Pedestrian being the company that now manufactures Copenhagen Wheel. Okay, so now I want to know a little bit more about this. So what is the Copenhagen Wheel? What's inside that red disc?
Yeah, so inside your red hub, you've got a 350-watt brushless nominal motor. You've got your battery ring in there and your sensors. So your wheel is paired with your smartphone to know when to give you assist and when not to. So it really installs in 10 minutes, and then you're up and running with your smartphone, and you're able to select what mode you want. You're able to change your speed limit. It goes up to 25 miles an hour, and it fits on most rim brake bikes.
Okay, so there's an app, both iOS and Android app, right?
Yep.
And works with what, Bluetooth?
Yep, yeah, so it's using low power Bluetooth. It's talking with your phone to know when you need assist. It's also tracking your ride data, so it's taking down your power as well, so you get real power data. So the benefits of a power meter built into your pedal assist wheel, which is really unique. And then it's also tracking where you rode. So your elevation gain and exactly where you've been through your city, as well as your calorie consumption.
You know, I noticed that the concept and the design of this is really not only unusual, but beautiful. I mean, so I assume that this was designed with an artistic eye as well. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely wanted to create something that was both visually appealing and worked flawlessly. So it has sort of that minimalist approach.
Yeah, that's what I see there. Now, what sort of bike will this fit on?
This will fit on most 26-inch or 700C wheeled bikes.
So not a 20-inch wheel. That's because of the size, right?
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
not going to happen right now.
Yeah, you'd basically be mounting the tire to your hub.
Okay, and then so it comes with the disc, and then so you buy the whole wheel. That's how it works, yes?
Yeah, exactly. So when you configure your wheel, you're telling us how many gears you want, what cassette range you want, what tire width you want, and what rim color you want, and we build the wheel to that spec.
Very good. These are available right now?
Yeah, these are readily available. You can put an order in at superpedestrian.com, and it ships within 2 weeks.
Okay, and are they available at dealers yet, or only direct?
Yeah, so you can visit, if you hop on our website, you can actually visit our try page, and you can see where you can try a Copenhagen wheel near you, and then where you can also place an order. So when you put an order in with one of our dealers, you get $50 off.
That's good, because my wife already rode this and told me it was going to be her next birthday present. So here's my next question. Mm-hmm. How much is this going to set me back?
It's going to set you back a cool $1,500, but we also do financing through Affirm. So for $100 a month, you can get your wife a Copenhagen wheel.
Okay, good enough. If you can get the forms ready for me right after the interview, we'll get started with that. So Christy, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, I am here with Patrick from ICE, Cornwall, England, and came all the way here to Philadelphia at the Cycle-Con. And some new changes coming to ICE. Can you tell us about some of the things you got coming up?
Yeah, so we got the new way of ordering trikes is coming up. We got basically at the moment you can just configure every option for your trike down the list. So we'll still have that for next year, but you'll also, if you're not so interested in picking every component for your trike, you'll be able to just pick a rear suspension trike, and it'll have a standard set of components. It'll have a 10-speed drivetrain, it'll have a rear mudguard, a neck rest, and a set of pedals. So it'll be ready to ride with a flag and a mirror as well, ready to ride just click the buy button and get that trike delivered to your dealer. They'll put it together for you, and that'll be simple and easy to use. And then if you are still interested in picking all your components, just choose down the list with the configurator as you already do.
So that's called fast track.
Fast track.
So because it's going to get it, so there's a difference in the amount of time, and that's going to shorten the duration.
Absolutely, yeah, because the trikes for the fast track system will be built in boxes at the ice factory. So all we'll have to do is stick a shipping label on it, send it to the dealer. So it'll be 3 or 4 days after you order it.
Ah, that's very nice. And I heard you mention flags. Now there's something else going on with flags. What's that?
Yeah, we got a brand new flag coming for next year. It's so our current flag is sort of this sort of size, little flag. For next year, well, they've actually just arrived at our factory now. So for now, we'll be getting a much bigger flag, sort of this sort of size, with it's also got an eyelet, so you can attach little reflective tassels. This year we've been running what we call the Ice Strava Club, which is, for a lot of you use Strava. It's kind of any recumbent riders can join it. We run monthly competitions, and so it's just a place for people to get together and share their rides they've done on their recumbents.
Okay, that's really Strava.com, I think is.
Yeah, Strava/Ice-Trikes 2017, I think it is.
Okay, and you can download the Strava, I think, on Apple or Android
Strava
devices.
App on any of your mobile phones, and you can also go on your desktop computer and pull up Strava as well on there.
Okay, Patrick, so this is an ice adventure, and it's set up for e-assist. Tell me a little bit about how this works.
Okay, so you got the Shimano step system with the motor up the front, and then the batteries there under the seat. And then we've got the rear setup with the Shimano Alpine Di2 8-speed hub gear on here. So what's really cool about that is it's got electric shifting, but not only that, it's got automatic shifting.
So this is an automatic transmission.
Automatic transmission for a bicycle, yeah, exactly.
So that's a big step forward. Sorry.
Sorry, and this trike also has built-in lighting system. So you've got a rear light and a front light running off the motor battery, which you press one button on the head unit when you start riding, lights come on. You don't have to think about it anymore.
Very nice. And then the control unit for the Shimano system here, how easy is that to use? How many speeds does it have? How does that work?
Okay, so it's got 3 different assist levels. You've got eco, normal, and high. And then you've got just a simple button press here, selects high, normal, or eco. And that's all you need to adjust on the assist system. Very simple system to use.
Very easy. Yeah, that looks like anybody could use that. Now, the battery, how long? I guess it depends on how you're using it, but typically on say the eco mode, how long is that going to last?
You get at least about 100 kilometers on flat ground. And then obviously it goes down for the hillier the country, the less distance you get. But 100 kilometers works out, so 65 miles, something like that.
Enough for a normal ride for most people.
You ride all day on eco mode without running out of battery.
Sounds very good.
We didn't even bring the chargers here to the show for our demo trikes because we knew they would last all day, no problem.
Yeah, so you just charge them up when you get back to the hotel.
Yeah,
yep, that sounds great. Okay, Ice-Trikes. They are a patron sponsor of this video, so we wanted to thank you guys very much.
Come to see us.
Okay, thanks a lot. We are ensconced at the Bacchetta booth here at Cycle-Con with my good friend Mark Colleton, who is holding a frame. What is this, Mark?
Carbonero 3.0. New and in the stores this year, but probably later in the year. So this incorporates our new idler post integrated in the frame. Sort of cleans up the, what is that, a seat plate? Seat plate. We also have our new adroit dropouts in the rear, so you can change quickly between 130 and 135 spacing. And what everybody's Googling for is the disc brake mount. And for 2018, we actually are going to have full carbon 700C disc braked fork available. So everybody that wants to go with discs is going to be able to do it in the lightest way possible. And this really just sort of following the line that we started with the adroits on the aluminum bikes. So now switching from 700C road wheels to 559 mountain bike wheels, pretty quick and easy thing to do. Just 5 minutes to change the dropouts. You just throw them in, especially if you've got the disc brake set up. And we're running the new what is that? Spire disc brakes.
So this frame is, you call it a 2018, yes?
2017 and a half, I guess.
When do you anticipate you'll have these available? Let's just go.
Well, we actually have a few left. We brought them, and they arrived late in 2017. They sold well. A lot of people, like Jim here, wanted a disc brake version of their bike. So we have a few left. Everything's getting reordered. This is the time of year that we reorder. So springtime 2018, you'll be able to get any size. But as long as you like it in blue, it'll be available.
How much does that frame weigh, just like that? What do you think?
Yeah, a little over 4 pounds, probably.
That's amazing.
This is our experimental Mini that one of our customers was really bugging me about. Not really bugging me, he was just sending me stuff, and I got very intrigued with the whole idea. So the fact that we have all these parts except for the wheel set made it really easy for us to experiment. So this is if you step out of the way, you see this is a Corsa frame. Same Corsa frame right here.
Yes.
So with a full carbon 20-inch fork that's on our Basso that you can buy for your Giro if you'd like. And the Spire disc brakes front and rear, so 2020 drops the bike down about 3.5 inches. We're going to be talking to Velocity about a wheel set for it, just to see what we brought to the show, just to see if anybody was excited about it as we are. It's really a fun bike. This is our B3 seat, and it's essentially a melding of the two seats that are our most popular seats. So our old Euromesh seat and the recurve seat. It's a mesh up, I guess.
A mesh up.
It's a mesh up.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So luckily we've had Denny test riding. I've actually had 3 sort of Princess and the Pea kind of guys trying it out.
Wait, what did you just call him?
Princess and the Pea.
Okay.
I think Princess.
I see where we're going with this. All right.
But anyway, it's sort of a great combination of the two seats, and it only weighs about a few ounces more than a Euromesh. So it'll have a foam base, but it will use a mesh, that jersey mesh that we use on that. Slightly different cover for it, but we're really excited about it. It's very comfortable, it's very light.
And Denny likes it.
And Denny likes it. Skinny people like it, big people like it, which is good.
All right, that's
all I got.
That's Bacchetta then. Hey, we're here at the TerraTrike booth with Jeff Chonk Yonkers. We have had Jeff on the show a few times. The first chance, we're just saying, to meet him in person. So, hello there, Jeff.
Howdy.
We're going to talk about the new things that TerraTrike has brought to the Cycle-Con show here, aren't we? So, can we start over here? Tell me what we have.
So this here is calling our EVO. It's actually a Rambler with an electric assist option on that. It's our first foray into electric. It's the culmination of about 2.5 years of design and research. We decided to get into it a couple years ago and started researching the different options and what would be the best choice, and then we partnered with Falco, and so we've worked really close with them to help develop this system, which is a trike-specific e-assist. So it's not a e-assist that was designed for a regular upright bike and just adapted to this. So one of the big things on ours is we tweaked the algorithm in there to adjust for the specific forces and torques that are unique on trikes, and also the wheel sizes. And there's a lot of other really cool stuff in there too that if you talk to Falco, they can probably tell you more of the technical stuff on that. But
yeah, we're gonna definitely do that. Is that controlled by a phone app?
There is an Android and an iPhone app that you can get in there and tweak some of that too. There is going to be a console that will probably be available too. But the whole object behind this was simplicity. We wanted to make it just so you just turn it on and ride it. And so that's what we've got. And literally that's all you do. We've tweaked it to the kind of like the perfect setting that most people would like for the amount of assist. And so literally you can just turn it on and ride it, and it's very natural and very easy.
Very good. All right, let's move along here. What is this decked out touring trike here?
So this is, again, off of a Rambler frame, but this is called our Rambler All-Terrain, and we've kind of made this our off-road, our Jeep model. And so it features the 24-inch Fat Sam tires and a little bit more rugged brakes, a little bit more heavy duty, new paint job, kind of a real outdoor feel to it too. And then we've partnered it with a new line of bags that we put out called our Storage Solutions Collection. And we've got, I think, 10, 11 new bags that go with that too, from different types of panniers and trunks. And we've got this Expedition pannier down here, which is nice and long. This U-bag here has been really popular too because it utilizes kind of a dead space on most trikes. We've got a pannier, a commuter pannier, which will hold a laptop, and then even little things like little side bags down here that you can put your pocket phone in and whatever. So redesigned all this with an uniform look and feel, added some new products, a lot more rugged, but it's kind of to support that whole trike packing type of thing that's becoming really popular.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't take it with you on this trike, it's not TerraTrike's fault.
Yeah, I mean, literally. The other thing we also came out with too, you can't really see it because it's loaded, but we have a new rack down here. We call it the lowrider rack, which was something we had to develop to carry the battery for that too, but we also made it so that you can actually utilize that space down there too. So now you've got even more space to add bags and whatnot on it too. It's been really fun to ride. You can take these on 2 trails or 2 tracks, mountain bike trails. We've had it everywhere.
Yeah, looks like a fun trike. Okay, and then within the last couple of weeks, I think you've had a major announcement on something brand new. What do we have?
This is the Gran Turismo. This is kind of the replacement for the Tour model, but it's actually kind of a cross between the Tour and the Sportster. Redesigned from the ground up. The frame is completely different. We have this new triangulated back end on this too, and we've gone with the 24 on the back. This is my favorite trike right now. This thing rides like nothing we've ever put out before, and some of the attention to details and the fit and finish and everything in this is just really, really nice. This is kind of the culmination of everything we've been working for over the last several years with design changes and features and whatnot. So,
Jeff, who's this trike meant for? Who's the customer for this trike?
Well, this would be somebody that wants to, I mean, simply if you want to just ride it every day, it would definitely work for that. But it's probably our most comfortable trike, so the Turismo part of it, we're thinking people are probably going to ride this on tours, but we have a lot of people that have just bought these just to commute to work and ride down the bike trail on it too.
Yeah, so it's flexible, do all those things.
The other cool thing about this is we've got it in 2 signature colors, so we have the gold, we have a blue over there too, and then we're running limited run colors, which we actually did a purple, which sold out instantly, so we're probably going to do another short run of that, but we have a whole schedule, a bunch of really cool colors we're going to be coming out over the next couple of years too.
Choices are what people like, I think. All right, if we can go back real quickly, can you give me an idea about the suggested prices for these 3 trikes?
So the Rambler All-Terrain is $23.99.
Okay.
The Rambler Evo is $34.99.
Yes.
And then the Gran Turismo comes in a few different component levels, but starting at $19.99, with the GT version of this as $23.99.
Very, very good. All right, Jeff, thank you very much.
Very welcome. Good to see you.
Same here. All right, we're here with Rolf and Barb Garthis from the Hostel Shoppe. They are supporters of the Laidback Bike Report. They are patrons of this video, and I wanted to thank you guys very much for doing that.
Thank you for having us.
Very good. So, Rolf, tell us a little bit about the Hostel Shoppe. Where is the Hostel Shoppe, and what do you sell there?
The Hostel Shoppe is located in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, right in the central part of Wisconsin, about an hour and a half north of Madison. And we are primarily a recumbent bike and trike shop. More so trike these days than bike, which I think is pretty common amongst everybody. We do sell upright bikes too, but the recumbent business is by far the biggest part of our business.
Right. And it's not just a brick and mortar store like it used to be. You also do a fair amount of business online. Is that right?
We do. Yes, that's correct. We got started in the recumbent business in the early, 1990, so a long time ago. And And at that time, there were not many recumbent dealers throughout the rest of the country. So we got into shipping these parts and bikes and so on fairly early on.
Right. The Hostel Shoppe is really one of the finest recumbent dealers in the country, so I recommend you look them up. If you're in the Wisconsin area, stop in. It's an amazing place to look around. So thank you, Ralph and Barb. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're here at the Hase booth with David Black. Hello, David.
Hi, how you doing today?
We're doing good. And there's been a lot of talk about a brand new trike, a Delta trike, that Hase has produced just a couple of weeks ago. What do we have here?
Well, this is the Hase Trigo, and it's an entry-level version of what we call the Catrike, which is also a Delta trike. And it was introduced, as you say, at the Eurobike. Great success there. We were at Interbike 2 weeks ago. That drew quite a crowd to, this is a new bike with a pretty good ride and a really competitive price.
Okay. Now tell us what makes this trike different than your very well-known Kettwiesel. How does this differ?
Well, learning from the Kettwiesel and the need that we have here in the U.S., we put a bigger seat on here. So we've got a little more range of adjustability. We can adjust the seat also three-dimensionally, forward and backward on the top tube, as well as recline. And up and down. So if somebody's having a difficulty in getting in and out of the bike, we can get it to the sweet spot and the comfort level to that individual. So there's a lot of detail that we've done that hasn't added functionality, it's made it easier.
Okay. And now, what are the limits in terms of weight for the rider of this trike?
Well, this bike, as you see it, can go up to 6'4" in height and 300 pounds on capacity.
All right. And I also understand that this is quite an adaptable trike. There are different ways it could be configured, and those are easy to do. Tell me a little bit about how it can be adapted and how easy it is to do that.
Okay, well, what we did in production is we created two models, the same frame, two component configurations. So this one is the understeer, like the Kettwiesel, with a 24-speed derailleur system. The upsteer, which is not here today, is an 8-speed internal Nexus hub. But what we can do is change that or add accessories to it easily by looking at the top tube here. We've been able to add things on. Like you'll look at this bottom bracket is bolted on. So if we wanted to migrate this to an electric assist, we would be able to take that off and clip on, and we've got it patented in a way that I think we're the only one in the manufacturing world that's doing it, where we don't have to change frames, we can just modularly build. And we have other accessories along that line as well.
Sounds really good. So speaking of e-assist, which is what everyone is speaking of, you anticipate that there will be a significant number of these that are going to go out the showroom door with an e-motor of some kind. So what are you seeing so far as e-assist on the Trigo?
Well, and early to say on Trigo, but what I'm going to say is that in this category of product, in the U.S. market, we're easily 25%. Either are or will be electric soon. In the European market, it's close to 50%. I think we're coming close to that point, and mid-30s, 40% will be electric from the get-go.
Okay, and I believe this is an affordable trike as well. Tell me, compare this, if you would, with the Kettwiesel. Sure. What kind of price ranges are we talking?
Well, this bike will start at $2,400, $2,400 to $2,700 depending on what accessories and which component group you choose. A Kettwiesel starts at $3,500 and goes right on up from there with suspensions and electric assist and many different gearing systems. So it's a big jump there for a lot of folks wanting to get into a trike.
Very, very good. Nice looking trike, and it looks like it's something that first-time trike rider can jump right into, David.
Well, the deal on this is a Kettwiesel with all of the bling on it, and it's a Di2 steps with a Shimano steps all together, and which makes one of the most seamlessly integrated electric assist shifting systems on the market. There are some other products out there that share it. I haven't ridden any that ride as nice as this one.
Okay, and so all the bling, where does this end up price-wise?
And this is right in the $9,000, $9,500 range. It's full suspension front and back. It's Shimano steps, Di2 differential. So it's a all-wheel drive commuter bike.
If you're looking for a top-of-the-line Delta trike with all the bling, this is where you're looking. Hey, we're here at the Rands booth with Gerald Nickel and Jonathan Garcia. And we're talking about this very interesting new bike that Rands is going to be producing here. And let's start with Gerald. Gerald, tell me what this is.
Gary, this is the Phoenix. It's long wheelbase, aluminum. It's springboards from the Stratus design. But what's unique about it is it's built specific for 700C wheels. And we have new handlebars. And it's also, a lot of thought has been put into making it fender, rack, and fairing ready. Frame weighs this is the XL, and so there'll be a standard model. The frame weighs 5 pounds, 5 ounces, so it's lightweight, and of course gives the smooth what not to like about long wheelbase ride.
Right, and you just, long wheelbases, you just don't see so much anymore, and so hopefully this will be the beginning of a revival. I'm kind of partial to them myself. Now, this bike was designed by who?
It was, like I said, it sprungboard from the Stratus.
Okay.
But then Jonathan Garcia come down over July 4th weekend, and we sat down and said, what does a long wheelbase recumbent need? And a lot of discussions, a lot of whiteboard drawings, a lot of talk, and this is what's come out of it. So he's been very much a part of the design of this.
Let's find out about that. So look, we had some discussions. You had some discussions with Gerald about the design of this bike, Jonathan. So tell me, what were in your thoughts as you designed this?
Well, the criteria, first, what Gerald was mentioning was the wheel size. It's something that Rands owners have asked for a long time, 10 or 15 years, and a lot of those posts go way back. So I did a little research, and I knew from our shop and people coming in that was an important consideration.
What is your shop?
It's Rose City Recumbents in Portland, Oregon.
Okay, so go ahead. So tell me where it went from there.
So first design criteria was the wheel size, and then the ability to put the larger tires on as well, because that's an important part of as the, if you're using big wheels, you might as well be able to use big tires as well. So fenders, because we're from Portland and we need fenders, and then to kind of capture the ride, kind of the genius that Randy Schlitter laid down on the XPAL, which was a great bike. So we used that as a test bed, and I happened to, it started with Gerald advertising on Facebook that he had these 4 aluminum frames, and we bought all 4 of them. And we decided, okay, let's hot rod this AL, and after 6 or 7 months, and I'm keeping Gerald updated the whole time, we decided let's come out for 4 days and talk about what can be done to improve and bring the long wheelbase back. I mean, one of the important things, I'm like you, it's always been I own a lot of bikes, but my long wheelbase has always been my favorite.
Special place in my heart, just because of the ride.
Exactly, and so I wanted to capture that, and from my experience at our shop, the long wheelbase isn't dead. And so we want to be a part of that process and bring something new to it, make it a modern machine. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of what we looked at is how they handle, how they do, the biggest complaint is how they do uphill, in terms of stability. So all those things were addressed in certain ways, and we can get as technical as you want.
Well, yeah, we don't have time to get too technical, but maybe we need to talk about this more later on. But can you give me a thumbnail sketch of what design changes you made to make it a better climber and such?
So Gerald and I talked a lot about the head angle and the fork rake and the trail of the bike, and what we both came up with was increasing the head angle by 1 degree and matching the trail of some of these modified bikes that were the test beds for it. Mm-hmm. And that seems to be the magic number on this. The other difference is Gerald incorporated some of the elements of the Stratus LE, which has a taller seat angle here. And so when a taller rider's on this, he has a better seat to crank ratio than the older Stratus had.
Very, very good. Okay, so let's back to you, Gerald. So What's the disposition then of this bike? When is it available? Is it available now?
It's being built now, so
Okay.
some lead time. That's a little hard for me to just nail down. But yeah, we're actively building them now. When I get back, that's what I'll be working on.
Okay, so a matter of weeks, months?
Month.
Okay,
Yep.
a month maybe or something like
And,
that. So-
and continuing to build. We're not going to get a great big inventory built up in a month, but we're going to continue to trickle them out.
Well, I hope that turns out to be a huge problem for you, is that you can't build them fast enough. That would be the worst that could happen, right?
That's a good problem.
That's
to
a good
have, but
problem.
it can keep you awake at night. Yeah.
I'm sure it does. So, all right. So there we have it, Gerald, Jonathan. Thank you very much. Very interesting bike, Hase Bikes. We are here at the Trident Trike booth. Trident Trike, our major sponsor for Recumbent Cycle-Con. We're here with Tom Floor and Rudy Von S. Tom, hi.
Doing great, and it's good to see you again. We're always happy to be the main sponsor of these big events, and for these type of shows, we always like to bring something new, and I think we have outdone ourselves this year.
And we also have Rudy Von S. from Trikes. Hello, Rudy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. All right, let's, Tom, if we can, let's start with this trike.
We're going to start with this one. This is the E-Terrain 20, and what's different about this is we have finally got Dapu, who is our manufacturer of electric motors, to build us a motor with a 190 millimeter wide hub motor. Fat trikes really should be powered from the back, not the front, but there just hasn't been a hub motor available out there now, and we're just thrilled with this. It shares the same components as our E-Spike, our E-Titan. This thing is fast, it's fun, and we've had a lot of great response from this. This model with this will sell at $29.99 retail. Will be available 1st of November.
Tom has done so many interviews with me. He leaves me no questions to ask. That pretty much covers it all.
This is a limited version of the stowaway. Trident Trikes is the North American distributor for FNEO hubs, which is out of Poland, which is a 3-speed internal crankset. It's a 28-40-50 effective. It's a 10-minute installation. So this particular stowaway has an FNEO hub right here. It's twist shifter, and FNEO hubs are available twist shift, trigger shift, or bar end shifter. This particular one also has a new Vinci on the back, so we're really no derailleurs on this one. The FNEO hub is $4.99 in trigger shift, and in twist shift it's $20 more for a bar end shifter. This is great. Has an incredible gear inch range, and we expect a lot of things from FNEO hubs. We've had a lot of people that have never ridden them that are here at the show, and everybody's impressed just really how easy it shifts and that there's no drag at all with it.
So to be clear now on the FNEO hub, so are you distributing them by themselves as well?
Yes.
So if people want to buy an FNEO hub, tell me how that works.
That's correct. It will be on our website shortly. We're also the wholesale distributor in the U.S., so any bicycle dealer can buy the FNEO hubs from us as well. So not just retail customers.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of buzz around the FNEO these days. All right, Tom. This is what everyone is talking about. This is the Gossamer
SL, the world's lightest trike. Right now in this configuration, it weighs right about 21 pounds. And we always try to do something just for a wow factor for the show, and then this time we just outdid ourselves, but I'll give you a quick overview of what's here. So we have carbon wheels. This is tubeless Schwabe tires, titanium spokes, carbon seat which is adjustable. You can't see this, but we built a coupler in here so this trike can come apart. The carbon front wheels, we have indirect crossover steering on this, a carbon boom. A SRAM ETAP Wi-Fi shifting. It's done with blips, is what they call them. There is a Wi-Fi transmitter under the seat here, and you can just shift back and forth without any cables. Believe it or not, the battery life is several months before you have to recharge the batteries on this.
So what does this thing weigh anyway?
This weighs just over 21 pounds, which is 9.9 kilos.
What? 21 pounds? There's no way this thing weighs 20.
It really
because
does,
it's got a.
even with a chromoly frame.
I don't. Do you have some way of weighing this thing?
Well, I tell you, I've been working out at the gym a little bit.
No, you can't possibly. Hold. Whoa! How about that, folks?
I'm not that strong, I tell you.
He is not that strong.
And it's a fun ride. It's fast.
He struggles to get out of a chair sometimes. I've seen this, so that's incredible.
We're really happy with this, and this will be coming, maybe not in this configuration, but first of the year, we're going to certainly build a couple of these.
And do you have some sort of price range? I know there's a lot of ifs yet.
It won't be in this configuration. With all this stuff on there, it's definitely over $6,000. We'll try to build one in a little more reasonable price range, and especially without the Wi-Fi shifting. So
that sounds great. What a beautiful trike. And now we're here with Rudy Van Es, coming all the way from Holland to bring us the Trikes that he sells. Tell me a little bit about the line, Rudy.
The Jouter line have 3 models, a tandem, a quad and a tampo. Okay. But we changed now something on the Jouter quad, and we make a new steering.
Yeah, tell me about this. Is new. So what do you have here?
This steering is actually made for more large people and also for big people. Then I show you. You step over and then you have helping hands, and they come with the steering, and then it's easy to sit and it's easy to stand up. But you see, you have a lot of clearings here, so large people can fit in very easily. And also the steering is also fitting on more models from Trident.
Okay, very, very good. All right, Rudy, thank you very much. And so that's it from the Trident booth here at Cycle-Con. Thanks a lot, Tom.
Thank you.
And Rudy.
Thank you.
We're here at Falco e-Motors with Rakesh. And Rakesh, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thank you. All right, so it's all about the e-assist, and we're talking about Recumbent Trikes in this particular case. Can you tell us a little bit about your product, the Falco e-motor on this?
Yes. So we have, right in front of us, we have got the TerraTrike Rambler EVO, electric vehicle option. And what you see is we have an electric wheel in the rear, we have a battery on the side, and that is essentially the simple configuration. You basically turn on the battery and ride. And we also have a controller here, essentially allows you to control the level of assist. It also allows you to go in reverse if you need to, or go forward, gives you some a crawl assist before you start pedaling.
Oh, that's pretty useful.
So we have, the goal has been simplicity, tremendous amount of simplicity. We don't want complex systems. We want systems which are tremendously simple for people to use.
Very good. Interesting. If we can back up maybe a little bit, I'm interested in knowing the backstory here. So if you can give us a thumbnail history of the development of this product.
Well, so essentially my background, I'm an electrical engineer by background, but I always I had a passion for electric bikes and passion for motors. And so I combined the two together. 2011, I started my own company called Falco e-Motors, and we have been doing quite well. We have continued to develop more and more, and this time we did not bet on China. China was a difficult story for us because we had difficult time managing operations. So we focused on India. It was much better story. It took some time to develop the supply chain, develop the R&D team. So if you look at the market development, we're at a ripe stage for what do you call disruptive technology. Mm-hmm. So I think. We see a lot of wrong technologies in the market. I think mid-drive is another very wrong technology in the market, which I think will not pass the test of time. I think these bikes with mid-drives are only good for 2 to 3 years before they break down. So we think that direct drive technology is the future, and we think there's a lot of potential in developing the direct drive to a large extent.
Rakesh, let me ask you about how you became interested in the recumbent part of this market. How did you get introduced to that?
Well, I think this was really, thanks to KMX Trikes in UK, and then thanks to Trikes, that they began to use the hub initially, and they really liked it, and they began to push it through the market, and we got pretty good feedback from the customers who were using it.
Okay, Rakesh, can you tell us a little bit about the workings of this motor, how it's put together, what's inside that circle there, and the controls?
Yes, absolutely. So this is our 2018 model, and what we have is we have got the controls inside. and we have got the torque sensor inside, the speed sensor inside. So we have this little free hub here has got a lot of intelligence in it, along with all the electronics in it. So essentially, this is what we call a very smart wheel, and that can be directly interfaced with one of our batteries. We have got two 36-volt batteries. Essentially, this is our, we call it Li3. So all the batteries are numbered, odd numbered. So we have Li1, and then we have Li3, and then we don't have Li5, been discontinued. So we go to our Li7 battery. Li7 battery, this is 700 watt hour battery, 48 volts. And then we go to Li9, which is also 700 watt hour, 48 volt battery. And then we are introducing Li13, which is the same format as our Li1, but in a 48 volt, 500 watt hour configuration.
All right.
So these are the batteries we offer today. This will be introduced shortly, but 4 of the batteries are in the market today. That's all you need. Now, on some people who may not like the smartphones, you can start adding a lot of accessories. One of the popular accessories is we call a wired plus minus.
Seems simple enough.
Simple enough. So all that you need, so if you look on that trike, we have just wired plus minus. It allows you, all the functions are in these 2 buttons, right? So in a standard Falco system, the plus will turn into a throttle, negative will turn into a brake. And a single click is +1, double click is +3, and a triple click is +5 level of assist.
Okay.
And similarly on a negative, 1 click is -1, double click is -3, and then triple click is -5. Right, so that's the simplest level of control which can be added to the wheel and the battery. Now on top of it, you can add a throttle. So we have got a twist throttle and a thumb throttle. And then you can also add what is called a wireless console.
Okay.
So the wireless console allows you to be able to, so for example, if you have a tandem and you don't have, so we have a pretty good range on our wireless system. So in a tandem, this is nice. Like this is mounted on this handlebar here, is that you can wirelessly control the motor using a wireless console plus minus. It's available through our dealers. It will be available through TerraTrike, and it will also be available through Ti-Trikes and other dealers we have across the country. It's also available online on our website, electricbicycleworld.com. So the simple basic system we start at, so 500 watt system starts at around $1,795, and then it goes all the way up to $2,295.
I also wanted to mention that Rakesh and Falco E-Motors is a patron sponsor of the Laidback Bike Report video that will be coming out soon. You'll see it right here. So thanks a lot, Rakesh.
Thank you.
We're here with Pat Franz at the TerraCycle booth at Cycle-Con. Hello, Pat.
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys. Booth right next door, even.
Yeah, that worked out conveniently, didn't it? So, all right. So, Pat, you have a few new things to show people that TerraCycle has produced.
Several new things to show.
Let's talk about what you have.
Okay. First off, we've got new light mounts for the backs of trikes to put a light up high, and they're vertical, so that most upright bike seat post mount lights work well on them. We've also got new camera mounts here that go on the back of the seat or out the boom to do your videography as you're riding down the trail. We've got lights on here, but it's made for cameras. The other thing we're pretty proud of is our new battery mount. We've been revising this a couple times, and we revised it last year, and then we realized, we should really just clean slate, go back to the drawing board, and do something that's extremely versatile. So we did.
So you started over with this, and now what does this thing do?
Well, what this thing does is all the pieces mix and match, and you can flip and flop and put them in any configuration you want. And the arm here adjusts 360 degrees, so you don't have to have the mounting place and where the battery needs to go be very close together. You can have the mount over here and the battery over here.
So it can move around in any particular configuration?
All kinds of configurations.
I wish we could get a look at something that would show us that. Is there?
We could show
what?
you a little bit
Oh,
right here.
okay.
There's 12 different rotational angles, and then the shelf can flip and flop and go forward and back and adjust the angle and everything.
Okay.
And we also have steps rail for it. We have a adapter plate for it that fits the Falco and the Bionics rear rack and all those other things, and the steps rear rack battery and everything.
Yeah, all we're seeing here is e-assist, and so you guys are like geared up to.
Yeah.
So Pat, on that handlebar right there on this trike, there looks like there's a new mount of some sort.
There's a new funny looking little mount there. We don't know what to call it yet. We're kind of calling it the bar and shifter mini mount, but it's something that we've wanted to do for a couple years and finally got around to doing it a couple weeks ago. So it's very prototypey, but there it is.
All right, and what? Yeah, tell me how.
It attaches to the bolt that goes through a bar end shifter, and it brings out a little mount that you can put a throttle on or your computer on or just rest your thumb on while you're riding along.
Pat, how exactly does this mount work?
Well, it replaces the special bolt that goes through the middle of the bar end shifter. So this is for the Shimano, and it exactly replaces the funny flat bolt that's in there. And you just unscrew the screw, put this in, tighten it back down, boom, you're done.
Okay.
And the other end of it's made so that we can plug in various other clamps that we make, so you can go off of there and go other places with mounts. So these are prototypes we just made for the show, and we'll be coming out with these in the next couple of months. This is one of our new battery mounts with a steps rail on it. That's for the steps down tube battery. It's machined to the Shimano specs for mounting their special clamp pieces where the battery goes in. One of our cockpit mounts for going on the handlebar and holding lights and mirrors and computers and things like that. Our new Sport 23 tooth idler, used on the Dumonts. Here's a Greenspeed Magnum clamp with a special little return idler mount on it. Let's see. Here's a 60 millimeter clamp with a water bottle mount on it.
And folks, if you're interested to see how these things are manufactured, you want to check back at the Laidback bike report that we did with Pat a few months ago, and you'll see the shop and all the interesting ways that Pat and his company puts the stuff together. I recommend that.
These are exit assist arms. These are Catrike arms right here, and these are the extra long arms for people that need a little more assistance getting out. We also make shorter arms for people that don't need quite as much help getting in and out.
Okay.
And
some bags.
Packs and bags of all kinds. So
the fastback system.
Fastbacks, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Well, we make lots of flags, lots of different colors of flags, lots of customized flags, lots of flags that are very bright and reflective and get you seen.
The custom flags like the Laidback bike report flag that you made for us, which is beautiful.
Flag, yeah.
Great job. Well, Pat, thank you so much for showing us around. A pleasure. And Pat, of course, TerraCycle, a patron sponsor of this video. Thanks so much for all your support. We are here at the Kervelo booth with our friend Mark. Hello, Mark.
Okay, hello, Gary.
I'm glad to see you came all the way from Europe to make it here to the Cycle-Con. And you brought new models of the Kervelo that we haven't seen before. But I want to explain to the folks, if you can explain to the folks about the wheel. This is the unique property of the Kervelo. Tell us a little bit about this wheel.
So, this wheel is a front wheel direct drive with a pinion gear system inside the wheel. So by this feature we have designed a chainless bicycle which integrates so up to 18 gears.
Wow. Okay, can you point out the features of the wheel for us?
So the wheel is built with a hub, and inside this hub we have the pinion gearbox, and we have attached the wheel hub to the pinion gearbox, and the gearbox is attached to the front fork, right? All the bikes we have designed is based on the same concept.
Nice. And so let's talk about your models then. So they all have this wheel, but there are different concepts for each bike.
So we have here a bicycle which is called the Commuter. The Commuter is basically the most simple bike we have. It's a rigid fork at the end, right? So this model is called the Tourer bike, and it has a shock absorber in the rear. And the great feature of that is it's super comfortable. More comfortable, of course, than a bike without suspension. So that one is great for touring. So this trike is quite interesting because It is a trike as big and large as a bicycle. Yeah, so this is the most extreme bike we have ever built. It's a low racer carbon frame, and it's great for speed, road, touring, and it's just an amazing bike.
And it's beautifully designed, very, very nice. What does this cost?
For this one, we're about, let's say, $4,000. $4,000 for this one.
And go ahead, tell me quickly, while you're sitting there, go back over the trike. How much is that one?
The trike is about 2,700 euro.
Okay, and the tour?
The tour, 250, 2,500 euro.
And then the around town?
2,250 euro.
Very good. Well, Mark, thank you so much for showing us around Kervelo.
Okay, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, there we are. Hey, we're here at the HP Velotechnik booth at Cycle-Con with Stefan.
That's right. Hi, Gary.
Hello, Stefan. So I just rode in on this beautiful lime green looking trike. What do we have here?
That's our new Gecko, the Gecko 26. It's our newest invention for the US market and only available in the US market. It's a non-foldable 26-inch rear wheel Gecko. It's compared to the other Geckos, has a little bit shorter distance between the wheels, so it's a little bit shorter. Then we have it put a little bit higher, so it's a little bit above the Gecko FXS's.
Okay, and that makes it a little tighter turning circle then, which helped me out actually getting in here.
You see that? Yep, definitely.
Okay, and what other new features does it have?
Of course, a new design. We came up for 2018 with the complete rebranding of our brand. And the Geckos and the two-wheelers are the first one to have these new looks, and that's seen on this trike here right now.
Okay, and new pricing also, am I right?
Yep, it's a little bit more aggressive. This trike, like you're seeing it right here right now, starts at $1,819 at retail price, and that's something, yeah.
That's important. All right, and I want to also make sure to say that HP Velotechnik is a supporter, a patron sponsor of the Laidback Bike Report here at Cycle-Con, and they've always been great supporters of the Laidback Bike Report. So thank you very much, HP.
We are happy to do that, yes.
All right, folks, that's HP Velotechnik and the new Gecko. We're here at the Alpaca booth with John. Hello, John.
How you doing?
Doing good. And you have an interesting looking rack that's going to handle a couple trikes. Tell us about what this is.
Well, I've got the Alpaca tadpole racks. This is set up to haul 2 tadpole trikes. This is actually set up to carry the longer trikes with a 26-inch rear tire. We have 3 height adjustments, so it can be adjusted for lower trikes, the smaller trikes. We're really designed to carry trikes that people can lift, that weigh anywhere from 35 to 60 pounds in that range. We can carry some with power assist if the people can lift the trike on the rack. Real simple design, it holds them solid, goes into a receiver hitch. We do have different models to accommodate different hitches and different vehicles. This rack as it sits is $484. If we want to stabilize it within the hitch, which we like to do, we have a silent hitch pin lock that sells for $45. And then it makes it solid so it doesn't do the side-to-side movement.
Yeah, that seems pretty secure. All right, now, John, where can people buy the Alpaca rack?
We have several stores around the country that sell the rack. Many of them have them on display in a stand like this. We have a website, www.alpacacarriers.com. We have videos on the website showing things you can do, how-to videos. We have the dealers listed on the website where you can go to. And if you don't have anybody close to you, you can buy them off the internet.
Sounds good. Well, it looks like a very useful thing to have if you've got a trike or two. Thank you very much for telling us about it, John.
Okay, thanks for stopping.
All right, we're here at Cycle-Con with one of the visitors who came quite a distance. What's your name?
Terry Zabuni.
And where are you from, Terry?
Jacksonville, Florida. Actually, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, near TPC, where they have the Players' Championship.
All right. Did you have any trouble with Irma coming through there?
We did, and Matthew before that. So
you've had your fill, I'll bet, at that. All right, what are you doing here?
Well, I heard this was the best recumbent show in the nation, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but when I went shopping for recumbent bikes, it's very hard to find them. And so I thought, well, why not just fly in and check it out? And I'm kind of on a mission. I wanted to help my husband ride a little easier, and I think he's going to find. I found some really good transportation here, how to get it on the car, in the car, and so forth.
The way
better.
to transport the recumbent.
Exactly.
Let's back up a little bit. So now, do you ride a recumbent right now? Do you ride? And what do you
I've
ride?
ridden for 5 years, a Trident Trike.
Okay.
Made in
Oh,
Lincolnton,
our
North
friends
Carolina.
Our friends down the way over here with Tom. Yep. And then your husband, does he ride right now? It's an upright bike, but now
No, he rides. I liked mine so much, I went and got another one from him, from Tom. So
Okay.
so we have two now.
And now you have a chance to see all the manufacturers and everything. So
I am totally in love with a couple of these bikes.
have you been to all the booths? You're just starting?
Just going, and I tried the Scorpion that has the assist, Oh my gosh, and it goes 27 miles an hour. I kind of am in love with it right now.
So now e-assist is certainly in your future or something.
I think so, maybe, yeah.
All right, well, that sounds great. We're glad you stopped to say hi, and we're glad you came all the way here to Pennsylvania.
It's a great show. It's a really great show.
Glad that you stopped by. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
We are here with Rob from RBR, and we're going to talk a little bit about an update with RBR, and Rob will tell us a little bit what's going on. So, Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
All right. Tell me what's going on with RBR.
Well, RBR has been changing. As a store, RBR carried about everybody. I'm now kind of whittling that back. And the reason is because we've gone into being a national importer for brands like Performer, and we used to be a national importer for Meta Bikes. Now we own Meta Bikes, so we're taking the work from Spain back to Taiwan. So all that's kind of made me bring the store down a little bit. So we're starting to whittle back on the being open, the hours, and the amount of stock we have. So that's one difference. But we're still going to run a shop. We still want to service everybody we've ever seen. So feel free to come in for your tune-ups and that. We can still do that.
All right, so that's the RBR retail story, right?
Yep.
So now let's talk about these new ventures of yours. So Performer, right?
Oh yeah, love Performer. A long time ago, actually, it was an Action Ben or two came through the shop, and they were made by Performer, and I liked them. They were well built, they were good. It's mid-level. I mean, you're not talking, high, but it wasn't crappy. It was good stuff, solid good stuff.
Can you give us a rundown of basic models and prices?
I've been bringing in the JC series. There's other ones, Trike X, Trike F, Trike E. But what we've been doing with the JCs is it's easier to put together, because the main thing of a Performer is it's a kit. So you build it. So I can ship this anywhere to anybody in the whole United States here. And by the way, we do free shipping, which is kind of a big deal for the size.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of freebies, but it works as a nice package. I don't know how to explain more, but everything you see here, like this one, for instance, this is a 700, a JC 700, has a big 700C rear wheel, the 20's in the front, and it's direct steer. It's similar to a Catrike type of steering. This is nice because you can roll the bar to do the toe in or not, and if you're a kit or you're someone who just got it at home and you're not that bike person or recumbent person, it's pretty easy and makes sense on how you do it. Well, the 70's been really nice. This is $13.95. A friend of mine, Dan in Pittsburgh, and myself, Blumenfeld and myself, we got together and we got Meta Bikes. So what we did was get all the files. Where do you get it built? Well, we really didn't want to keep it in Spain, being we're in the United States. So we went to Taiwan. In fact, we went to the people that also own and do Performers. Now this is under Leaf Industries, a little different. They do the high-end uprights. So we wanted to not just make the regular mid-range, we really wanted some quality stuff done. If you ever knew Meta Bikes before, it's the same, and we made some changes. I think it's gone up another notch, and we still have a few more surprises we're working on down there. If you look under, you can move the seat forward or backwards. It's hard to see. You will not see. But
we'll get close-ups of it.
Yeah. We have back here a wide open range, so you can put about any size rear wheel you want. This thing angles, so good. You've got the tiller, and you can move it in and out, clear your knees. But also, if you switched it around, you can put in the U-bar handlebars. So it's versatile. You can do both types of steering.
Like a flip it kind of thing.
Like a flip it.
That sounds great.
And we have seats that are made, Thor seats from Poland. I have a couple people testing them now, and I've been riding one for about 6 months because we want to try and get any bugs out of it if we can. Now we're ready. These are from the final batch, so these are going to be what the frames are. It's just the little tidbits. We're getting refined. So we call it a 2018, but we'll have them ready before then. We're looking at about 22 to 2,400.
A couple of nice lines, so we wish you a lot of luck. Thanks a lot, Rob.
Thanks, Gary.
We are here with Andrew Blankenship from Trailside Bike, Inverness, Florida.
Yes.
It's a shop, and it's a special shop that's right on a trail called the Withlacoochee. I've ridden it before. It's a wonderful trail. If you have a chance to get down there, ride that trail and stop in to see Andrew and his crew at Trailside Bike. These guys are good supporters of the Laidback Bike Report. They are a patron of this video right here. And first of all, I wanted to thank you, Andrew, for helping us out.
Thanks for all the hard work you put together with the show.
Thank you very much. Now, I wanted to just chat with you for a minute about Trailside Bike Shop.
Yes.
Tell me what's going on down there. What's the shop about? What do you specialize in? And what are you planning on doing with it?
Yes, well, thanks. So, Trailside Bike I'm the new owner of previously Hampton's Edge Trailside Bicycles. That was a mouthful. And we wish to carry the spirit along. And our hearts are full of love for recumbents of all shapes and sizes. We carry more brands, more demo models than anyone in the entire state. I myself got into recumbents as a result of a physical injury, so we try to help anyone with mobility needs, but also those who just may need a little bit of extra push with maybe electric motors is another feature that our shop offers.
Now, Andrew, if someone is interested, maybe someone with mobility problems, or maybe someone just interested in recumbents,
Yes.
and perhaps a northerner like myself, and they want to head down to Florida in the wintertime and try out the trails and stuff, and maybe interested in getting a recumbent, but they don't have one, can you work something out with those people, maybe to help them out as far as trying things out? How does that work?
Absolutely. So we are an hour and a half west of the Orlando airport, which is the easiest airport, and I have a taxi service, and we can transport you to the shop, put you in a hotel, and we have over 20 demos that you can ride of everything from Greenspeed Arrows to a Ti-Fly to a Dumont. Anything your heart could ever desire would be in our shop. And while you're there, the great thing is you have over 50 miles of greenway which you can ride on, which are second to none in the world, frankly, if I may be so bold. And people literally move from the north and the Midwest to Florida to our specific trail because of its natural beauty.
Yeah, it's a nice one for sure. So there you have it, folks. You might want to get down to Florida if you're in the vicinity, or if you want to make a trip, vacation. It's a great place to go. Withlacoochee Trail, Trailside Bikes right on the trail. Do it. Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gary.
We're here at the AZUB booth with our friend Hansa Gala, and we're going to talk about 3 trikes today that they brought here to Cycle-Con. And Hansa, what do you got here?
So here we have a Ti-Trikes, which is our basic trike, but that's not so important. The most important is the mid-rear shifters and the combination of components. It comes from Shimano. It's originally designed for the city bikes, basically, for the bullhorn handlebar. But when we saw it, we thought, that's perfect for recumbents. So it's ergonomically positioned. You have a combination of brake levers and shifter levers. So it's similar to the road bike shifters and brake levers. And it's a very comfortable ride, very ergonomical position. So that's it. We like it. It's 2x11 speeds.
So something you see on the road bikes, the upright road bikes all the time, but really haven't seen that on a recumbent yet. What about this big wheel baby here? What do we got?
So here the Fed is in our offer for quite some time. But the main thing here is the steps, the Shimano Steps electric engine. But we use here the E8000 series, which is the mountain bike version. It has more torque. It's more designed for the serious riding, long uphills.
Off-road kind of thing.
Not only off-road, but it's designed for off-road riding. But people like, or at least are questioning about that engine also for other uses.
Okay.
What to say? It is the perfect combination is with the Shimano XT 11-speed cassette in the back and the Di2 electronic shifting. So that's the nice combination. We offer it not only for the fat trike, but for all the other bikes and trikes. This is the first unit we have incorporated. We will change a little bit the position of the motor, but I can say we are able to offer that engine to all our bikes and trikes already now.
Right now, so it's good to go. They can order right away. Hansa, so this is on a pedestal probably for a good reason. Tell me what we have here.
So this is the concept trike we have here for this year. It's 3 times 26-inch wheel Ti-Fly, our full suspension top model. It's built for a guy who is going to do the Great Divide mountain bike trail with it. So he was requesting a trike for that use with enough of ground clearance, all the mountain bike capabilities, let's say. So this is built for him, and we are kind of looking for getting the feedback from customers.
And to have a production model of some sort.
Whether we should start the production or not. So it's still here. It's with the drum brakes. We would probably use a fat hubs from the fat models, a little bit wider, and do some other changes into its slide changes. But yeah, here we are. It's a great machine. If you ride it over curb, potholes, whatever, yeah, people are just smiling. It's a nice.
We've had a lot of riders here at Cycle-Con who want to take this out for a test.
Yes, exactly.
With obvious reasons, so it looks beautiful. Okay, so thanks a lot, Hansa.
Thank you too.
We're here with Ken at Ti-Trikes. How you doing, Ken?
Good. How are you, Gary?
Doing well. So this year at Cycle-Con, there's a couple of trikes you want to talk about today. Tell me what we have here.
This is our latest version of the T250 Power Assist. All of our trikes are titanium frame. They're all two-piece pressure foam seating system. The Power Assist has 20 speeds. It's got a 2-speed planetary Patterson in the front, and it has a 10-speed Shimano 1136 in the back. It's a great riding machine. It has some of the differences of ours. It's more upright. It has a motorcycle steering damper, so in higher speeds or in bad terrain, it keeps you going on a smooth track. Our background is from the rehab industry, not from the bicycle industry. And so we actually developed this initially with NASA and Walter Reed because we were down there working with traumatic brain injuries and amputations. And so the basic design came from working with those people. And even today, probably 50% of our sales go to injured veterans. This is a titanium frame, and with the seating system that we have, it can accommodate pretty easily anybody up to 400 pounds without making any major adjustments. Beyond that, we have to do things to the bike and the frame to adapt to somebody that's more than 400. But even going to 400, it allows a much larger percentage of the population to ride. On this bike, it's a 500-watt motor, direct geared motor, and so with that, one of the advantages of the geared motor is that if you lose power, you can ride it as a regular bike with the 20 speeds. So it allows you to ride it, or you can turn the power off and ride it as a regular bike. It's a little heavier than a regular bike because of the motor and the battery, but it still rides like a regular bike. So this is our newest design on the T750, which is our off-road trike. All of our off-road trikes are power assist, and they have 20-inch 4.0 tires, 20-inch rims, Sturmey Archer drum brakes. It has a 750 watt Bafang motor, and as well as, like our other trikes, 20 speeds. So you've got the planetary gear in the front that's 2 speeds and a 10-speed regular cassette with a derailleur in the rear. Again, it's all titanium frame and the 2-piece seating system. It's a younger customer, but also, at least what we're seeing so far, again, is injured veterans are a huge market for this because they're younger, they're trying to get out in the woods, some of them, or they ride with their family. And so it allows them to get off-road, to do some of the mountain biking trails that they used to do. It can't do single track because it's too wide, but it can still do a mountain bike setting. So they're able to get out and do the mountain biking that they used to do. So it does tend to be a little bit younger group. But the other group is the over 350-pound group. Because of the big tires, it's much more comfortable, and because of the 750 watt motor, they can get up mountains.
Tell me what you know about perhaps veterans organizations and such that will help to finance someone maybe looking for something like this and don't have the means to get there.
Well, if they're VA, certain of the VA hospitals are much easier to deal with than other VA hospitals.
If they come to your webpage, you can at least point them in the right direction, I think.
Right, and if it's not on the webpage, you can call us and we'll refer you to different groups that do funding.
Very good. All right, Ken, so that's Ti-Trikes here at Cycle-Con. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Gary.
Sir, hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Good. Larry.
Larry, and where you from?
Maryland.
Maryland, okay. And you're here to test ride a couple of trikes, or?
Well, not trikes really. This is the second trike I've ever been on.
And what are you riding here?
I'm about a 2-month-old recumbent rider.
This is an ICE VTX, I believe,
oh, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I already knew the answer, luckily for you. So how you liking it?
It's nice. It's nice. I bought about 2 months ago, I bought an old V-Rex, Rams V-Rex, and then so I'm just up here to just try a lot of different bikes, see what they're like.
This is a long way from a V-Rex, but it's a very, very nice trike. Okay, well, I'll let you get back on the track. Thanks for talking to us.
Sure, thank you.
Bye-bye. What's your name there, young man?
Isaiah Sutton.
And Isaiah, where are you from?
Seaford, Delaware.
Delaware, okay. So what are you doing at this show?
Well, I came with my dad, and right now I'm testing out a trike.
Do you know what this is?
No idea.
This is a Catrike road, but it looks like it fits you pretty well. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
You like riding it?
Mm-hmm.
Is Dad gonna buy you one?
No.
I didn't think so. You get back on the road. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Hey there, what's your name?
Jeff Cole. We've communicated online before.
Jeff
goes AWOL.
How are you? You put her up, didn't you?
I did, and she put up with me.
Jeff Cole is actually a stand-up comedian, if I'm not mistaken.
And I'm sitting.
So what kind of stand-up comedian is in this reclining position?
A very good one. I should
Okay.
be on stage.
you
I'm
can-
here all week. Try the veal.
Yeah,
I tried the beef jerky, actually. I didn't try the veal. They didn't have any veal beef jerky.
Don't forget to tip the waitresses. Now, tell me what it is that you are riding here.
It is a Cruzbike. I think it's a CX 100 or something.
All right, you didn't even look down, so that's very impressive.
I didn't look down. They just told me to get on it. I don't ask questions. I say thank you.
You do whatever people tell you?
Exactly. They don't realize it, but I'm sneaking out the back with this bike.
Okay, we'll get a shot of that, and it'll be documented, and it's been nice knowing you. So tell me, you've ridden a couple times around already?
Yeah, this Cruzbike with the front drive system is beyond unique. It's almost as if my body says, no, get off, stop, you're gonna. But once you relax, this is like a Zen thing. They were telling me, Jim. You
Jim
just
Parker, yeah.
Jim, you just relax, and the more I relax, the easier it seems to ride this bike.
So this is your first time on a front-wheel drive bent, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so how long did it take, how many times around, say, before you felt comfortable?
Probably in 100 trips from now, I think I'll feel comfortable.
So you're not quite there yet, but this is what it's about.
But here's the thing, I have to Fred Flintstone it a little bit
Yeah.
when I feel unsure of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
footing.
Yeah.
But I would say after about 2 laps, I felt very comfortable.
Good.
I love these bikes.
Well, yeah, and it's beautiful. It's really nice, and those are good bikes, good people. So, Jeff, it's a pleasure meeting you in person.
Thanks,
And,
Gary. Gary, if you're here, if I'm coming back tomorrow, I'll be so good. I'll be clipping in on this thing.
Now that takes some courage.
Correct, which
So-
I don't have, but wishful thinking.
All right, Jeff, on your way. Well, hi, what's your name?
Kathy.
Kathy, and what are you riding here today?
I'm riding an Arrow. By
Greenspeed
Arrow, yeah.
A Greenspeed Arrow, okay. And have you ridden one of these before?
Yes, I have one at home.
Oh, so you're
I'm
feeling
used to riding them, yes.
you're just feeling right at home with this. So, what do you like about your Arrow?
That it's low and it's fast.
Okay, and that's what you're all about.
It's comfortable. Yes, fast, yeah. I like
Sounds
that.
good. I'll let you get back on the track. Thanks for stopping to talk to us.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. Hey, what is your name?
Gene Ramsey.
Gene, hi. And where are you from, Gene?
Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, so Gene has come a very long way from Tucson all the way here to Philadelphia. Gene, what did you pick to ride here today?
Well, this is, what is it? you know, spend all day and you're just jumping on.
Well,
one bike
most
to
people
the
have to
other,
look
so-
down. This is a TerraTrike terrain, I believe, right?
Yeah.
It's a folding one with fat tires. So, what do you think of it?
I thought I was going to like the 26-inch Trikes, but it turns out that the 20-inch gives you a little more maneuverability and seems to be the way to go here.
Like the sweet spot in terms of the height of the bike, huh? Yeah. All right, well, I'll let you get back on the track. Thanks. It's nice talking to you, Gene.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. What's your name?
I'm Savani.
Savani, nice to meet you. And where are you from?
I'm from, right now, Somerville, Massachusetts.
All right, and what is it that you are riding? Do you know?
This is...
a linear roadster. I think it's a roadster.
Yeah, something like
isn't it?
that.
So,
It's the first I've seen these.
and it's an under-seat steering, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ridden that before?
I've never touched under-seat steering.
So tell me about your experience here. What do you think?
It's kind of twitchy. It's taking a bit to get used to it.
But it feels like wide open and comfy?
Wide open and comfy, yeah.
Not to put words in your mouth or anything. So, all right. Well, you enjoy the ride. Thanks for stopping to talk to us.
Thanks.
Uh-huh. So we're getting kind of hungry here at Cycle-Con. We ordered a pizza. I think the delivery is coming right now. Sir, could you come here a second? Can we talk to you for just a second? Come on over here. All right, this is the delivery. We were waiting for our pizza. Thank you for bringing that along. So, hi, what's your name?
James.
James, and where are you from?
Maryland.
Maryland? Everybody's from Maryland here. That's kind of amazing.
I can make up some other places.
Where are you from, James?
I'm Alaska.
Alaska, good. Well, we don't get too many people from there, so it's probably cooler. What are you riding? Well, you got all kinds of stuff you're riding. Tell me what you got here.
I don't know. This is from the
Copenhagen Wheel, yes?
Yes.
So you've got the Copenhagen Wheel motor behind you, and then you have one of Ed Miller's canopies across the top with a pizza box on it.
Yes. Apparently there were supposed to be snacks in it, and I don't think there are any right now, so I feel a little gypped. But
I can tell you that people were riding this yesterday, so whatever snacks were in there are very much long gone.
I'm gonna need to go to CVS after this, get my own snacks.
I recommend that. So, well, thanks for stopping to talk with us. You have a good ride. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good ride back to Alaska.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. There you go.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Robert Cummings.
And where are you from, Robert?
Rochester, New York.
All right, Rochester, the home of Brian Paul. Where Wait, what are you riding here?
One of Peter Stahl's bikes, the Avenue Trike.
That's right. He's not too far from there, I guess.
No,
So,
Alfred Station.
and actually, I rode this yesterday too. Tell me your impression. What do you think so far?
I like it. It seems to have a very tight feel to it. And with the 320-inch wheels, it moves along pretty good. I like it.
Good quality build and a very good price on that. So,
What's the price?
well, I can sell it to you for about half of what Peter will sell it to you. What did he say? $14.99, I think, is what he said. Yeah, I believe that's right. Yeah, we might have made a sale for Peter right here. So I hope. Anyway, so you go ahead and back on the road. Thanks for talking to us. Okay. See ya. Bye bye. Hey there. What's your name?
Warner.
Warner. And where are you from?
Live in Pittsburgh, originally from Germany.
Okay. Where about in Germany?
Stuttgart.
In Stuttgart. Okay. So you've been to Spezi?
No.
You know. Oh, so this is that's interesting. All right. What are you riding? Do you know?
This is the Kratos that we import from a company called Hoeka in the Netherlands. And we've been in business since 1995, and they added this product to their line about 3 years ago, and we started importing it last year, and we're doing really well with it.
It looks like a lot of fun. I saw you bouncing around out there a little bit. So what's this all about? Can you tell me just in a minute what it's about?
Not quite a recumbent bike, but it's a bike that has a fully adjustable seat in terms of positioning. We have a parking brake we're going to just set so we're not rolling all over the place.
Good.
So we have a lot of adjustment options in terms of angle and seat position.
Well, I mean, that's a recumbent, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We can slide the seat easily back and forth by opening these levers and just make quick adjustments if a different family members basically want to ride it. They have different sizes. So what we have here is the Shimano Steps motor, which you guys know is a pedal assist motor. We have the Shimano Nexus gear hub, so we have 8 speeds.
Right.
We have a beautiful way of adjusting the handlebars, even to get on and off. You know, it's very easy to do without any tools to make the adjustment. Our weight capacity is 330 pounds, so it's quite substantial.
And yeah,
what you see is the Nexus speed hub. We have a rear axle differential. And when you look in here, here's our shock absorber. That's
right, coil kind of.
Yeah, coil fully adjustable.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, so it's really well made. It's a steel construction. It's a little bit heavy, but for 330-pound weight capacity, we can't use aluminum. We would simply bend it at some point in time, we believe. So this is
what's something like that cost?
I was selling it here at the show at $6,000.
Okay, sounds really
that
good.
It's fully assembled, delivered to somebody's door. So that's what we do. So we have a. By the way, we got the, you saw the brakes.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful, combination lock here that you can first of all lock the bike, and the lock also works with the battery.
So you pull the battery and then it locks up the...
Yeah. First time at the Recumbent Bike Expo, we're actually happy.
And the name of the company is Mobility and Access?
Mobility and Access, formerly Frank Mobility System, and we've been around since 1995. So.
Very nice. Well, I'm glad we bumped into you here,
Thank you
Warner.
for the time.
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Here at the Triot booth at Cycle-Con with Martin Rasmussen. And Martin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Very good. So we have a number of trikes that you guys manufacture, and I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about what you do. So tell us a little bit about Triot Trikes.
Triot Trikes has been in the works for about 15 years of development. We started with a piece of paper, drew out some ideas, and then have been working on it with teams of engineers over the years to create a comfortable trike. We're aiming for all those people, the 95% of the market that's quit riding bikes, because anyone can ride this bike.
So what do we have here?
This trike here has a diamond truss frame. As you'll notice, there's no sprocket in the front. The chain's enclosed. You have a direct drive back here with a carbon belt, so it's more like a conventional bike configuration. You have no squat. You're able to put your back into the seat and get more power. But then you have a seat that's ergonomically designed with an air cushion, and it's probably the most comfortable seat around.
Right, I heard someone say a little earlier that it's too comfortable, which I don't know what that means, but that's a good problem to have, I think.
You can go to sleep very easy just sitting in the chair. The steering, for example, instead of crossing your body, it's tractor steer. It's just straight forward and back. Your grips are ergonomically designed so you have big grips. You're pulling from the bottom, your one-hand control, and parking brakes right there. Everything you need just in one grip, and we can put it on either side. Then the suspension system. The suspension system is like a little race car. It's A-arm independent suspension. So you can hit a curb, go right over it, and not tip your bike. And it has 4 inches of adjustment.
Oh.
And plus you've got suspension in the back. And so it's, people say, it is smooth. And it is.
And it is. So this is like the basic trike then, yes?
This is our standard trike.
Okay, now tell me what other configurations you can put together for what people may want.
We can adjust the length for your leg fit. We actually customize every trike to the individual rider.
Now, how about if you want to go a little sportier?
Well, we have one that we call a sport trike. Change the tires there to 1-inch road tires. Got curved handlebars with road grips and chain drive. We can have any drive system you want. It's got a SRAM drive on it, and it's lightweight and it's fast.
If someone wanted to say buy this standard model here, what kind of money are we talking about?
Just under $5,000.
Okay. And then I assume the highest priced one would be that motorized one with all the gadgets on it.
If you get everything on it that we have, you're approaching $10,000.
Okay.
But that's 2 big batteries. It's everything in the kitchen sink.
Well, I think that's right in line with what you see here. So, all right, Martin. Well, very nice. It's nice to have met you, and I want to wish you a lot of luck with Triot.
Thank you for stopping by.
Sure. We are here with the notable Ed Miller, who wears many recumbent hats, except I guess you're not wearing any recumbent hat right now. But there's really a euphemistic hat you're wearing, and it's the one of the canopy guy, right?
Yeah,
so tell me what we have here, Ed.
It's really a generic canopy that'll fit on just about any trike. The problem with fitting a canopy on a trike is the adapters front and rear. But once that's accomplished, you can put a canopy on a trike.
Let's back up a little bit. Why would I want to put a canopy on a trike?
I go the other route, and why not? It's a good place for mirrors, accessories like lights, perhaps cameras and so forth. Rear lights, you can mount flags to it. Windshield to keep the gnats in Florida off your face.
What sort of trike can you fit with a canopy like this?
I haven't really found any that I can't fit. Some of the trikes the manufacturers do not make their own racks, and I have to adapt a generic rack to it. That's really the biggest challenge, is the rack in the rear. I traditionally come off of a derailleur tube up here. In the case of some trikes that do not have derailleur tubes, I have other people make tubes for me specifically to provide a front attachment. But once the rack is on the back and an adapter is made specifically for that rack, the canopy then is just ready to go on. The real challenge is the tuning of the canopy to the trike and the rider, because the boom length, the rider's height, the seating arrangement on the trike, some trikes ride real high, some real reclined. Those are the install challenges when you're in the tuning phase.
Okay, so basically these are custom made then. You talk extensively with your customers?
The install is custom. The canopy, this canopy could be taken off and really put on, let's just say, any trike in here. Again, it's the adapter system here, and then tuning the trike to the rider. We have this particular trike is set up for all riders. It's been in use now for a couple of days. we left it real high to accommodate taller riders. We can tuck the back end down and really get this thing sucked down. It's better aerodynamically, and it's more stable when it's tucked way down rather than way up here and real lofty.
Okay. What's this material?
It's a ripstop nylon. Let's just say it's kite material. It's hot knife cut, so the edges are sealed. I have a seamstress that sews it for me. Then I recut the pockets out for whatever fittings we're going to be putting on here. But it's a ripstop nylon, very lightweight, very durable, 13 colors. We've got almost 70 units out, in not only in this country, but in Canada and South Korea. And the fabric pattern has always been the same. So let's call it serial number 1, could have the same pattern put on that frame.
Nice, very, very nice. Now, what kind of price are we talking for to buy a canopy from Ed Miller?
I almost hesitate in offering a base price, but the price list starts at a $225. You'll typically spend $500, $450, $550. $600 you get me. I move in with you at $600. So
right, and there's a price you just can't beat,
well,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Ed has actually moved in with us here at the Laidback Bike Report. Thank you very much for telling us about the canopies, and good luck with that.
Thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
We are here with Tom Ryder of Easy Load Ramp Systems, and we're going to talk to Tom about his ramp systems right here. Tom, what do we have?
Well, we've got the tray that we showcased last year for outside carry for tadpoles, hand cycles, and last year we talked mostly about tadpoles, and I'll show you how to put a Delta Trike or a hand cycle on, and point out that the wheel channels move across the tray for various lengths, and of course the track, these two move in and out. This one is fixed on the in and out basis. So we extended the center track all the way this way and the two outside tracks all the way the other way, so we can get a hand cycle or in this case the new Hase Delta Trike. And I'm going to push that up the ramp and show you how that works.
So we actually have, Tom, we have Hase's new Trigo Delta Trike that they're using. Let's see how this works.
One of our outlets wants to see this demonstration and how we do this with the Delta Trike and how it fits on the tray and how you get it on here. Well, it goes up just like any tadpole, and then you use the center ramp to get the front wheel on, and you just roll it into place. It's really pretty simple. And it goes up against the chocks in the back, and they've got the tie-down straps on them. And then there's another tie-down strap here that goes through the front wheel, and you're ready to go down the highway. And you can move it. You can do it with 3 ramps, like we just now did, or you can slide the 2 outside trays this way and the inside tray that way, and just pick up the trike.
Pick it up and slide
and slide it off, because this is nothing. This is 5-7 pounds maybe. And then taking it off, set it down as soon as you can, and let gravity do the work. And that's all there is to it.
Tell me, how can someone buy an Easy Load ramp system? Where do you go?
Well, you can go to your trike shop and order it, or you can call us direct, email us direct, and if we've got an outlet in the area, we'll direct you to that outlet. And if there is no outlet, we'll be glad to put it in a box and ship it to you. And that's for all of our systems, the tray and our other 3 ramp systems.
Okay. And
inside storage
and so if you put it in a box and send it to them, tell me how much it's going to cost them for the systems.
Well, as you see this right now with 2 ramps, it's $625 plus freight, and with 3 ramps it's $665 with freight.
Okay, fair enough. Tom, thanks a lot. A pleasure seeing you again.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you. All right, we're here with Scott from Spinovate, and Scott, I believe you guys are a distributor for certain products. Tell us about what Spinovate does.
Sure thing, Gary. Thank you very much, by the way. Sure. We are a Spinovate distribution company out of Rhode Island, and we are distributing the Van Ram line of adaptive cycles and Trivel adaptive cycles. And we're real proud to be representing this fine brand from the Netherlands here in the USA. They've been active in the adaptive trike manufacturing business for more than 30 years. As a company, they've been building bikes for 100 years, so they really know a thing or two about cycles.
All right, well, this is nice and comfy. Marnix, tell us a little bit about what we're sitting on here.
We are sitting on a side-by-side tandem. It's a bicycle in which I'm in charge now, but I can decide on this one, or you have to pedal, you don't have to pedal, or you can decide yourself or you pedal.
Okay.
And in the Netherlands, almost every elderly home or nursery home has one or even more of those bikes.
So it gives some people who don't have the ability to ride themselves the chance to get out and bike.
Yes, and it's even scientifically proved that it reduces the process of dementia, and we even had examples of people who didn't talk anymore. While cycling on this bike, there happened something in the brain and they started to talk again. So
I've seen some of that. Yeah, I've seen some of that evidence out there for a number of diseases, dementia and Parkinson's and such.
Yeah.
Great idea.
And besides that, it's for everyone. Yeah, he's called fun to go, and it's fun to go, even for both of us. If we should cycle together, it's nice.
The fun factor can't be dismissed. So now tell me, do you know what the cost is on one of these?
The cost here in the States, I think it starts around $5,000. If you have it motorized and with a lot of options, it can go till $9,500. It depends on what you all want to have on it.
All right.
We have here a wheelchair bike. We have two ones. We have a wheelchair transport bike. That is that one. On that one, you can easily put a wheelchair on it, and on this one, you put a person in front of the bike. You can cycle, you can also pedal forwards and backwards. But the nice thing of this one is that you can divide it on location and you can use it as a wheelchair.
Oh, so this comes apart and turns into a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Can we have a little demonstration of this?
I will do it for you.
All right.
Yes.
That's it. You can talk us through it if you
I
want.
can through. Put the safety parts. I can easily get off the control of the electric system. I put the
handlebar.
New handlebar on it. I easily disconnect it, put it on the standard. Now it locks itself and I can use this one.
Go right to the camera.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's go right past. Very good. That is amazing. How practical is that? That's really nice. Now, who are the purchasers of this sort of device? You talked about nursing homes and such for the sociable. What about this?
For this one, you see that this typical one is often used for people who have a handicapped person that they want to cycle with together. This is adjustable. Now it's for a child, so it has these parts in it, but you can take them off and you can adjust the seating to a child, so you can use the same bike for a child and an adult. This one is mostly used for private persons because if you have settled everything in for one person, it's good to have it used for one person.
Pricing for this unit?
Pricing for this unit, I think in the States this started just around 5,000 non-motorized. Or at the end of 4, I don't know. I know the Dutch prices,
yes,
but the prices in dollars, it will go up to, I think, 7,000 motorized.
Sounds very good. Okay, it's a beautiful product and looks like very well made as well. So, Marnix, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, folks, we're coming to the close of the 2017 Recumbent Cycle-Con here in Philadelphia. And with me is the producer of the show, Charles Coyne. Hello, Charles.
Good afternoon. Good to see you again.
It's always good to see you, too. So tell me, give me a little rundown on how the show has gone this year.
Well, from what I hear from all our exhibitors, they've had good response, especially with dealers. A lot of new connections being made, a lot of new bikes being exposed to the industry for the first time here. Rans has some new machines. Greenspeed had some new machines. So there, as is typical for the show, there are a lot of new bikes and trikes introduced to the world for the first time here at the show. So we're very happy about that.
Very good. So the feedback that you're getting from the dealers is good. How about the general public? What are they saying to you?
Well, the general public always enjoys the show. It's the only time in the entire United States that all of the bikes and all of the trikes that are manufactured by the world's leading recumbent manufacturers and distributors are available for the general public to ride. And so they love to take advantage of the outdoor demo riding arena and the opportunity to talk to representatives from each of the manufacturers. So it's the consumers love it, and it was a real bonus to have the venue, the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, right next to a great riding trail, the Schuylkill River Trail. A lot of people have taken advantage of that, and kind of expect that that was a high point for a lot of people to be able to ride and see the bikes here at the show.
Is it mostly a local thing? Where have people come from?
We have registrations. We always count the states that people come from for the show as consumers and as dealers. And we've got dealers from Canada. We've got dealers coming from Oregon, California. So they come, Florida. They come a long way as dealers. And then our consumers, we probably will have consumers here from 20, 25 different states. So they come from a long ways away. We had a lot of 2-day ticket sales for people that are, if you're going to make the effort to drive 6 hours to be at the show, you want to maximize your potential. So a lot of people bought two-day tickets for a reduced price and took advantage of that.
Yeah, and the dealers I've talked to say that they're very intensely interested in their products, and they're taking a lot of time at each of the booths, so I think that's very true. All right, well, I think we've had a great show. Thank you so much for putting it on.
Gary, thank you for everything you do to help get the word out there. Your Laidback Bike Report is sometimes does a better job of promoting the show than we do, so I appreciate your efforts very much.
Thank you for the kind words. We appreciate coming here. We have a great time every year that we do, so thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
And that's it, folks, from the Recumbent Cycle-Con 2017 here in Philadelphia. The Laidback Bike Report has brought you all the interesting stories. Every vendor that we could get our hands on have been interviewed. We hope you enjoyed the show. And I want to thank my crew. Here we go.
Julian Hadley.
Phil Paulson.
Janet Paulson. Marilyn Solomon.
Denny Voorhees.
And we want to thank you for watching. Thanks from Philadelphia, and so long. This gentleman's going to walk right in front of the shot. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Who wouldn't look down at this instead of looking over there? And you can use wide or telephoto here. We're here with Dave Hendricks from Connecticut Yankee Peddlers. Is that right?
That's correct, Gary.
Good, I won't have to shoot that again.
Well,
so Dave...
can I change it? I mean, really, it's really peddler. It's not peddlers, but...
I thought you were going to say incorporated.
Oh, no.
So the Copenhagen Wheel was developed at MIT's Sensible City Lab, and it was produced for the city of Copenhagen as part of the...
What is this, Mark?
Oh, this is the new Carbon Arrow 3.
I just almost smacked him.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with...
Wait, let me... We didn't say hi. We didn't say hi to Rudy. We brought him in and we didn't say hi. So.
One thing cool about this is Wi-Fi shifting. This is made by SRAM. It's the E-Tap with blips, and it's completely wireless shifting, both front and back. Well, we had.
I don't know about a trike that's 21 pounds. It looks heavier than that. What? What in the world? Oh!
We wanted to show you that it can actually be.
And there we go. Yeah, let's do that again. Ugh, damn Canadians! Get them up! Alrighty. Hello. This is not gonna work. You were talking a little bit earlier with me about where you're going with Performer for maybe next year or something. You got a little something to say about that?
Well, where I'm going with it, not particularly.
Somebody turn it off.